Well, hello.
Hello. Can you all? I don't know. Are we coming through? I don't know what the hell happened there.
It's how I have to feed the video through. 1 week it'll work just fine, and the next week it won't. But it's solely on the video, so I've got
That's weird.
Yeah,
So
it's OBS, and I'm not sure what the problem with OBS. Sometimes it wants to work with StreamYard and work fine, and some weeks it doesn't.
It's operator error.
Not Streamlabs, Tank.
Oh, okay. I was like, uninstall and reinstall. I've done that 1,000 times. God, that thing's dumb.
I blame the operator, so that's okay. Anyway, hey, welcome everyone to a quiet edition of Beyond the Curtain. I mean, hell, I don't know. You know, whatever. Next time, if we ever have that happen again, I'll figure something out. Don't worry.
Oh God.
What?
Well, if I catch it, see if I catch it early enough, I can switch it and play the video a different method. It just isn't as smooth on the transition. Then I get yelled at for that too.
Well,
you get yelled at for everything. Remember that.
That's true.
Pretty much, but I mean, we'll figure it out anyway. So, yeah, I am your host, the true voice of WPW, the one, the only, the intellectual savior of the masses.
Oh my God!
The greatest manager in WPW history. The one, the only, Jason Halbert. Thank you.
Damian Sandow.
He told them that the only way to get out of the pit was to be really enthusiastic about cheering.
Was that what it was?
No,
did they get the hose again?
No, that's how they get fed.
That makes sense.
Anyway, joined. Let me find it here. Hold on. By my partner in crime.
Mama liked to party when you were in her belly. That's why you are dumb.
Sherbert Dick.
The louder you do, the more food you get. And
I embrace this.
Okay, you ready? So we're starting the hunt for a good sound drop for Shane. So
oh God,
everyone remembers last week's, and if you don't, then just speak up and I'll play it again.
I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember again? Okay, hold on. So see, Shane was complaining because Tank has something. I now have something because I forgot about that one. So this is what I played for Shane last week.
You have a vagina!
I remember now.
You have a vagina!
So today,
I do like that one.
For this week, here we go.
Fair enough. I'm going to go ahead and write you a prescription for 2 testicles, and you feel free to get this filled out whenever you want.
All right. Well, after all that, Shane Jones here.
There you go.
I love it.
So we're just until we find something that really just sticks or speaks to us. I'm just gonna kind of maybe rotate that one. Tank's a set. I mean, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
It's a set. I mean, there's.
I embrace this at this point. I'm okay with it.
There's, I mean, you never know. I might change it up from time to time, but for the most part, yours is set. So.
Reminds me to call the board about canceling Halbert's interview for general manager. Okay.
Anyway, well, I do have this one we could use.
Can I just say that of all the idiots in all the idiot villages, in all the idiot worlds, you stand alone, my friend.
There's that one. The stuff you find when you just Google search some stuff like The Office. I mean, I did some YouTube search. There's a 7-minute video of every That's What She Said on YouTube.
See, I thought that's what we were going to lead with, about 7 minutes of That's What She Said.
I mean,
that would solve 7 minutes of air.
I mean, if we ever need a filler.
Jim?
Giggity.
No, thanks. I'm good. That's what she said. Mom?
We got some comments on here.
I gotta do some editing on that. There we go. Someone that finally knows taste. I am a 5-star superstar.
God,
Thank you very much,
wrong.
Matthew Schuler. Yes.
So wrong.
He looks familiar. Like I know.
Hi, Andy.
What up, Andy?
Mr. Cruz.
Oh,
How you
hey.
doing, sir?
What are we doing here? All right.
I don't think you know either.
I think you actually have a fan.
Yes, I do. I have lots of fans. What the hell are you talking about?
He
Anyone
bought
that-
that one.
Anyone
he bought
that,
that van.
absolutely not. Anyone that has
That's from the
half a
cell
brain-
phone he threw down in the pit.
That's what it was.
Shut up. You know him.
He was like, "There's 4 pictures. Pick one. Pretend."
He, and I feel like I know him. I can't quite put my finger on where I know him from.
That's what she said.
There you go.
I'm okay with
Anyway,
that.
I just said- Anyway, how's it going, gentlemen?
that's going good. How are you?
Oh, not bad. On getting ready to enjoy Easter break, spring break, taking the family out of town, heading to Branson.
Nice.
Yeehaw!
That's my neck of the woods. Wrong section of Missouri. Just saying.
What? Oh, you live in no.
Jesus.
No, Branson is I mean, it's pretty much the capital of Missouri. I mean, we all know this.
No.
If you don't like country music, you're kind of boned down there.
Yeah,
That's a fair
get it,
point.
but
That's fair.
I mean,
Which means Shane is screwed.
But we're actually going down to a water resort, so it's for the.
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah,
one's- yeah, this one's for the kids. So
you told me about that. That's
Dude, what do you mean for the kids? You best get up there and do some fun jumping off of them on their slides, buddy. Do one for me.
oh
Well,
yeah,
oh crap! What the hell's the place called? You're going?
Grand Country.
Oh, the Grand Country Inn or something like
yeah,
that.
something like that.
Yeah.
I think I want to. I went to something like that when we were down in Gatlinburg. Those are really neat. Like those are actually the one we went to was really cool.
Oh yeah, and everything with the package that we got was all inclusive for everything. So
Nice.
yeah, not a lot of need to head out into the main part of Branson and get
Just high.
overindulged in country regalia. But a
I
little
would
bit.
never ever do that.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Me and my wife went back in October, and everyone knows I absolutely hate country music. So show wise, it kind of sucks down there. But we found a handful of things we could do that didn't involve country music, and I was pretty happy about it. So
I will.
like we saw a badass magic show. We saw
Sweet.
some
Yeah,
acrobats.
there's enough to do down there that even if you're not a big country fan,
the
you can
coolest
keep yourself
thing down
entertained.
there. The coolest thing down there, personal opinion, is the big Titanic Museum.
Oh yeah,
Dude, that was the neatest damn thing I've ever been through. Like I have a
However-
weird personal connection to that. So I was like, yeah, that's awesome.
However, if you have kids, it's not the best because my
Oh, no.
little one, let's see, we went 3 years ago, so he was like 4. He did not enjoy it a whole lot.
Oh god, no.
So,
No, if
so-
you're a kid, there's no fun there.
however, I am proud to say that I died.
You died?
I died. I was someone that died. Yes,
I believe. I'm
Oh,
trying to remember.
on-
God, it was a while back.
I was
I
a
want
first.
to say I lived.
I was one of the first class passengers, but I died.
I'm pretty sure I lived. My
Kyle dressed up as a woman to get on a life raft.
damn
He
right.
did. Yeah.
My wife died though, which was funny.
I don't remember if anyone else in my family made it. We weren't like they must have shuffled the cards real well or something before we went because none of us were related and we all
Nice.
were right there. So it's like okay, whatever.
That was really when we went down there. I don't know if they had like the neat little thing at the end for you guys, but we had a like a violin that they had there.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. That was
You know what would be nice if I could go down there and catch some wrestling.
dude.
That would
It's
be
funny
fun.
you say that.
Well, I know. I'm just kind of leading in. There's nothing that we could talk about right this minute, but
I know.
I'm not
I know.
talking WPW, but some friends of ours might be arranging something. So it'd be a fun thing to do.
I'm pretty certain it was announced on our Facebook page.
Was
No, was
Uh,
it?
it? No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Well,
You might
We'll
want to
see.
go to Facebook and look for ACW.
We'll see.
I'm like 99.9% sure that it was released on their Facebook page because
I
there
don't
was a
remember seeing this.
couple of shows that were
Now he's looking it
close.
up.
Hell yeah, there were a couple of shows that were relatively close, and I'm like, maybe
If
I'll
you're
go
not
check it
aware,
out.
ACW Wrestling in Missouri is a federation, a sister federation of ours, and great place to go catch a show if you ever can.
Why has it got to be the sister? Why
list-
can't it be the brother?
A
I don't
list
know.
of
Very
ACW
weird.
shows in 2021, August 28th and 29th, Branson, Missouri.
There you
Oh.
go.
Jersey?
I'm just going on the wrong weekend.
Yeah, you are.
Way to suck.
Yeah, see, it's right there. Right there. And you can't see it because it's too bright.
No.
There you
I
go.
was like,
There you
what are you looking at? Like,
There we
All
go.
right.
there we go.
So anyway,
there you
that'd
go.
be kind of cool. So
Another trip down to Branson, it looks like, for us, because I
Maybe.
want to catch that.
let's
right.
see here.
We do
go-
have some WPW shows coming up.
Wait,
We
hold on.
do.
Go before we get him. Go back up. Let's go to Uriah's last comment here.
Did you give him a permission to click buttons?
Tank, where are your teeth? Yes, I'm so glad you could put your teeth in tonight for our show.
Dude,
I'm
you're like
pretty
it
certain that
showed
was-
up.
I'm pretty certain that was in the contract.
It was. But I also told you, I was like, do you see my head? I am dirt. Like, there's a reason I'm pulling a Wilson right now. Do you not realize? I tried. Like, I realized I was like, this is the perfect angle. I have to look like I'm praying all night. It works. But like, I spent all night trying to lay rock and do some landscaping for the house, and everything went to hell in a handbasket. And I didn't know if we were going to get done in time.
Lay rock. Is that what we're calling it now?
If I were laying that kind of rock, I probably still wouldn't be here.
Oh, he'd have been ready a long
Yeah,
time ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, how's your wife and my kid doing?
I'll kill you.
Hey, I'm glad that Dale brought it up. Head of security brought it up because we do hot off the presses. Guess what I got today? I got some new merchandise on, fellas. Look at this.
Yeah,
Look
that
at
I already
this.
know.
Look at
Is
this.
that? Oh, I thought that was a pop. I was like, I want one.
No, I if you want one, I can get one, but that is not what I'm here. Ladies and gentlemen, you can own your very own Jason Halbert, Dale Winchester 80-piece puzzle. Right there.
80 small things for you to throw darts at. Sponsored by WPW.
If you're interested, it's hot off the press. Just got it in today. So like I literally opened up the thing and I haven't even there they all are. I
Great
haven't
for
even
chasing
started.
off the mice.
Right?
Shut up. I haven't even
If
started
you,
my
need,
something yet. So.
if you need a gerbil cage liner, Jason Halbert has one for you in a box.
Hey, you know what? If they buy it from me and I make money off it, I don't give a crap what they do with it. I'm just saying. Whatever. So yeah, if you want to waste your money and use it for gerbil liner or whatever, hey, go for it. If you want one, hit us up. And we're on pre-production runs right now. This was the proof. So
I dig it. I want to see you put it together, but we don't have 12 years for you to try to piece that many IQ pieces together.
this comes from the kid that's from the guy that still goes to the toddler aisle to find a puzzle and still can't figure it out.
Don't judge me.
Yeah, I agree with you, Uriah. Tank, I know you're ugly, but put your hands down. Absolutely. Yes. Anyway,
I tried, man.
I'm just gonna let that one go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna
What?
say
No,
anything.
what?
I'm pretty certain Shane can figure out what comment I'm talking about here. Maybe it's that last one there.
No, we're not putting that one up.
Okay. I was gonna go there.
Even we have some standards on the show
I
somewhat.
glanced down and I was like, I saw the name and I'm like, oh.
I was just gonna say it in order, when she's choking, I just back up 3 inches. We're okay.
Oh!
Anyway, so back on to
God.
business now. Let's get this back on the road here because we just took a
Anyway.
hard left.
April
Giggity.
10th.
April 10th. That's right. Not
April
this Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So
That's
not the
odd.
day before. However, I just want to point out that, good job scheduling because there's some other event scheduled that
I
night.
know
It is on,
that day.
TV. Oh, I'm not even talking about, local. I'm talking, worldwide show.
I know.
So
Okay.
I'm just
He's
saying.
like, I don't give a damn.
Venues are available when they're available. They don't really care about
Man,
the other
we
stuff.
ran once since a pandemic. At this point, nobody cares. We're going.
Yeah, I know. Twice. We ran in October too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
anyway,
It's been long enough. It only feels like we've had the one TV.
I think he's not wrong.
I've seen Tank too many times still. So anyway, let's see here. Anyway, so April 10th. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Hey, we have a show going on. We have a TV taping going on
Yay!
at the. I'll let you take it away there.
Oh, at the IWA Event Center in Mount Vernon, Illinois. Guys, come on down. We're not taking pre-sale tickets. We're just going to let you pay your money at the door. $5 a person. There's no change in price on seating from floor to bleachers. Come on down. We're going to do a TV taping and get kind of warmed up for our May 1st live event in Collinsville, Illinois.
Yeah! What?
That was actually uncanny how close you were to that. Anyway, yeah. So TV taping this week or next Saturday, and then April 1st. What is our big show on April 1st? There.
May
May
1st.
That's what I
April
said.
1st would be tomorrow.
God, you suck.
May 1st is the Grand Brawl in Collinsville, Illinois.
Woohoo!
It's featuring the True Grit, which is what we've kind of pared down the official title. The official title is the William Talley Memorial 30-person over the top rope rumble.
Dun, dun, dun.
True Grit was the nickname for William Talley. So it's the True Grit 30-person rumble. And we are looking at it looked like for a while we were going to have to shorten it down, but nope. It looks like we're going to have 30 competitors in the
Sweet.
rumble this year.
Yes.
And the winner of the rumble, of course, gets a title shot at Wrestle War.
When the hell is Wrestle War going to be? Do we know yet?
We don't have a definitive date yet, but it is going to be sooner than later.
Yeah. Good.
Good.
So,
Everything's
anyway.
kind of out of schedule right now because of the COVID scheduling, but we want to bring our fans the shows that they're used to seeing.
As I say, normally we have
Wrestle War, on the 10th.
April.
In
Yeah,
April.
it's our April
Yeah.
show, and the Grand Brawl is January. February.
January, yeah.
Yeah. So whatever, we're gonna get it done. And if you don't like it, well, then
We got 2 words for you. Be there.
go away. Anyway,
Oh, I like mine better.
well, why do we want people there that don't like our decisions?
Nobody likes
No.
you,
They
but
don't
we want
like
them to
your
show up.
decisions.
Yeah.
How is it my decision?
You pretend to have control a lot. So, I mean, if the shoe fits, tell me I'm wrong.
Pretend to have control.
Meh. See? I rest my
What
case.
Anyway, you know what? I just want to say that there's some good comments rolling in here.
No, none of those things.
From Mr. GQ, gerbil cage liners are Tank and Shane Jones photos. Absolutely right.
I
And
just saw that.
if they
Dan,
survive, if the camera survives taking their ugly pictures. Anyway, let's see here. Brad Crawford, ready to write into WPW April 10th. Been way too long. Yeah. Haha. I like that guy.
Jason for president.
Damn right. And then
No.
Mr. GQ, the smartest man watching the show. Absolutely.
Because he hasn't brought up enough money to buy his way in.
You know, that's not necessarily
it's called
incorrect.
campaigning.
It's not necessarily incorrect.
No,
All right.
But
we fear
well,
Jason
and
Halbert's existence.
The other
not-
problem
not
is-
him being in control.
I don't like people, so I wouldn't be good to go out and campaign.
You would be that guy that would be like, I'll shake your hand from 10 feet this direction.
All right,
much, yeah.
gentlemen,
What?
I hate to do this, but I'm going to make you focus for a
No, you
second. Back,
don't.
back on
Oh,
WPW wrestling.
What the hell? I thought I was going to play like 8 minutes of That's What She Said.
Yeah, that's true. If you guys talking about the Rumble, the True Grit Rumble, last week we picked our long shots to win it. This week I asked you guys to pick your favorites to win it. Who do you
Oh.
got to win this Rumble?
I'm going last.
Okay.
I mean, someone didn't do his homework because I play that card all the time.
No,
Shane,
I know where I'm going. I'm going
Shane,
last.
you go
I'll
first.
go first. I'll go first. I've got Johnny Rocco.
Mm.
Former champion, has been locked out of a rematch for some reason, and I see this as his best way to get a title shot back. I see him surviving and outlasting. It might take a little bit of luck. It might take a later draw on the numbers. That's always an advantage.
Mhm.
But even if he's in earlier, I see Johnny Rocco as somebody who could outlast the field.
He's definitely up there. I mean, look at how well he did in the combat games. He definitely has the ability to outlast anybody.
That's what she said. Anyway, I mean, first off, why did you clear your throat and imply something when he said that he was been locked out from his rematch?
I implied nothing. You assumed. That's on you, sir.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there hasn't been a lot of opportunity. There just hasn't. COVID shut the shows down. But since losing his title in October, I haven't seen a lot of contracts come through with Johnny Rocco's name on it for rematches. So
Sorry,
don't
I'm
even
getting
know-
thirsty.
Don't even know if he's even around right now. I mean, what only knows he might have done the smart thing and took his ball and went home. So, I mean, is he even declared for the Rumble?
I do believe he has.
Okay, well, see, I didn't know that, but we'll see if he actually shows up or not. Because you can declare all you want. Tank can declare, "Hey, look at me, I'm going to be in the Rumble," but whether he shows up or not and enters is a different story. So until
I did
he
that
actually,
once.
I think I have too. Until he actually gets in the match, I don't think so. So anyway, my pick. I'm going to have to agree with Mr. GQ is going to be a PYT member, and it's going to be Playboy Double H. Because honestly, all the tricks up his sleeve, and you really think you know who all is in PYT? You don't. So you could think it's a ring full of people that are against PYT, and really it's a ring full of people that are all PYT. So you never know.
I'm going to surprise you here, Jason.
What?
I'm going to say I think that's a really good pick. I can't disagree with you. Playboy has come down to the wire of winning this thing on a couple of occasions, and he's just one step away from being the winner. And as you said, he knows every method possible to take advantage of to win this match. And quite honestly, I'd kind of like to see what happens if he wins it. You know, I've been saying what would happen if Playboy Double H gets his title shot against Reed Rain.
I've already told you what'll happen. That's already been talked about in the PYT camp. And Kyle, close your legs. You're making noise. I've already told you what's going to happen. They're going to two gentlemen are going to go have a nice match. It's going to be a scientific match, and may the best man win.
All right, Tank.
So this is probably the happiest I'm ever going to make, Albert. I just want to say this out front. I have two that I think have equal shots at winning. I think it's going to come down to Savage and Ivan. And here's why. Those are two very beastly large men with a very big mean streak. And I think that if they can come together to essentially eliminate the rest of the field, the last 5 to 10 minutes of that match is probably just going to be a gigantic slugfest where they're going to beat the hell out of each other for a spot. And
we're still trying to figure. There was no one else that would say yes.
I got paid a lot of money.
No, you didn't.
Cheerios.
He was the one that answered the phone.
Yes. You know,
accurate.
And Tank, you know, I will have to say that the Violators winning this thing did cross my mind with this. However, it's the same thing as like we talked about last week with Ruby. Everyone's going to team up and go against the big dogs like that because everyone knows it's going to take multiple people to eliminate the Violators, to eliminate someone like Ruby. You know,
you're right. But there's one major difference. Okay. Ruby doesn't necessarily have somebody watching his back, whereas Savage has Ivan and vice versa. So two big men are much better than one big man. And
that also depends on what draw each guy gets too.
There is a lot of luck of the draw to that.
There's
a lot of luck of the draw to that. But
gentlemen,
I think, what? Oh God, what did
No,
I do?
Nothing. I agree with you, but I know we've just mentioned that, but I really do think there is another person that we talked about this last week who has a very legitimate shot of winning this, and that's our guest tonight, none other than the WPW United States Champion, Rough Cut Rick Ruby.
Oh.
Wow, the crowd loves you here, champ.
Should I do my little curtsy, my little wave?
Do it.
Thanks for joining us tonight, champ.
A pageant wave.
Yeah, good to be here, guys. Nice to see all of you. Finally got the invitation to, I guess it was kind of long overdue considering what's over my left shoulder is proof in the pudding. So, you know.
Well, now that's not fair. I've been in contact with your people several times, and we just couldn't make the dates work out. But we've long wanted you on the show, Mr. Ruby.
Yeah, I know. I mean, my schedule's been pretty tacked off. But first off, rereading the comments here. And I've got a message for Mr. GQ.
Douchebag.
And I got a message for you, Tank.
What are you, a dumbass?
Why are you guys freaking... I mean, yeah, you guys are major picks, and that's fine because if you guys want to know anything about, because I've got May 1st zoned in as one of my major dates so far this year. And I've got a lot of major dates coming up within the next 2 months. So, but May 1st is definitely in the back of my mind as far as focus and what I want to do in WPW. But I'm willing to take any and all questions and hope you're ready for the answers because I will throw down whatever you can handle. Hopefully, you can handle.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say congratulations on winning the United States Championship. Long overdue, a title run in WPW. It's been a long time coming, and we're glad to have you here with us. Congratulations on that title win. But there's even that comes with a little controversy. They said you had a little bit of help.
Okay. So let me explain myself. First off, I understand that. And second off, so I know there's two ways. I mean, I had to get a number one contenders match, which I got by with controversy. And of course, there was controversy in my United States title match. But let me just say off the record, I had no and still have no affiliation with Gideon Morbid. That was his own. He had his own plan. He had his own strategy to get into the head of El Magnifico, and he did that. So
you're saying you had nothing to do with Gideon Morbid's interference?
No, not at all. In fact, I don't talk to the dude. I mean, the band can barely carry a conversation with his three personalities. What would make you think I want to talk to a guy like that?
That's funny because you only think he has 3 personalities.
We personally met like 6 or 7
Literally.
when he was on the show.
We met like at least 15 of them.
Now you may not have thought you made a deal with him, but I'm sure in his mind somewhere you made a deal with him some way, shape, or form. So I mean, I don't want to tell you to watch your back, but you don't know what he's capable of because none of us really do.
I was gonna say,
No.
I don't even think he knows what he's capable of.
No,
Well,
I don't think so either.
I'd like to revisit that number one contender match at the last TV taping.
Okay, sure.
Again, not without controversy. You introduced a new manager, and some people claim that manager used some sort of foreign object to cost your opponent the match.
I've told you before, you don't know that it was not made in the USA.
Very
Right,
true.
right. So,
But
once again, I'm going to throw it down like this because now I'm not only just branching out to one person, I'm branching out to multiple people in different federations who could help me along the way. Maurice Vachon was available that day because he was wanting services to be at ringside. And he gave me his resume for that day. And I said, okay, sure. Because if everybody knows my history, and if it wasn't for 2010 happening and it wasn't for my wife, I would not even be in wrestling anymore. She can't really be as much at ringside as she wants to be, but when she comes available, I want her there. Even if Maurice Vachon is there at WPW and she happens to be there, I can even have 3 people at ringside. And trust me, I will make that happen, whether if Jason Halbert becomes president or not. I don't care who's president. As long as they have licenses and if they can prove themselves, they will be at ringside.
so you need
Hey.
3 people at ringside to help you?
Whoa! Where the hell did you come up with that one at? First off, you don't talk to you don't talk to our United States champion like that ever. He will smack you until you're not ugly, which is almost impossible.
Tank,
Start
would you
with this
come
side.
at me with a full set of teeth and you can ask that question, all right?
No, absolutely not. That is not what he said. And what he means by that is he doesn't care. First off, he doesn't need anyone to help him win a match. I mean, have you met the guy? I mean, he was
The
on
last
so-
3 minutes,
he was-
Shane's basically said that he had help. You
So-
even
so-
acknowledged the object.
What
Yeah, but
was
he didn't
was
have
that
to have that
part of
win.
your plan? Was Rick? Was that part of your plan to use your manager to knock out your opponent?
And I will say, and I can plead whatever, and it's up to you. I don't expect the guy's pockets, what he's got underneath his shorts, nothing. If it's a manager, it's a manager. I'm here to hire him for services, not to grope him like he's committed some type of crime. You know, when I hire somebody and I have somebody at ringside, I trust that they have the tools that they need, not necessarily physical tools that they need to kind of help strategize because, you know, those 4 sides should be they should be treated like any type of strategy game. You know, chess, X's or allies, what Dungeons and Dragons, if you got to go to Tink's Alley, but whatever. But it's whatever the case may be. But it's all a strategy. When you get out in that ring, those four corners and four sides definitely mean something. And position is everything.
Well, I want to get to the bottom of this. So let's bring Marquis Vachon on and ask him about this, because I want to clear the air here. Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Ruby's manager, Marquis Vachon. Marquis, welcome.
Hello, gentlemen. So, very nice to be here. And I enjoy immensely the financial and the...
We seem to be having some technical issues here.
Maurice, if your financial stop spending so much on other things to spend something on a better cellular service, sir. Come on.
Come
on, buddy.
I think we've lost him, so I don't think that's gonna work out for the moment.
The signal's not great in the Middle East.
That's true.
Arkansas, Illinois, whatever it is.
We did have some questions about that, but all right. Well, we'll see if we can bring on the Mr. Vachon later. I guess we'll have to move on. I guess we'll never know whether or not you actually won that match cleanly or not. Regardless, you became the number one contender, and you are now the U.S. champion.
Yeah, so we're going to move forward. I'm the champ, and thanks a lot. That it took a while for I guess I just kind of want to know why it took so long for the website to recognize me as the U.S. champion. When you had that border jumper wearing the sombrero as stated as United States champion, and went after a match after that match aired.
That's easy to answer. We have a substandard person running the website, and they're kind of lazy. They don't update things as much as they should.
It was intern Kyle.
Well, they fired him.
Yeah,
Yes, I know.
And WAPO can't figure out how to turn the computer on. So,
oh my Lord. Let's not get into WAPO. I've already had nightmares with them. Hopefully we got a better signal here, Mr. Vachon. You there?
Hey, why do you have such inferior stuff that knock people off when they're trying to talk intelligently?
I blame Tank.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Well, especially because I was about to ask Tank a question, and then all of a sudden it knocks me off of your guys' server.
It's just,
so,
you know.
most likely a little D&D playing is what it was. So, Tank, you made the comment that my client cannot win the big brawl because there's no one watching his back. Excuse me.
No. What I said was, per the words he stated, it sounded to me like he needed people to watch his back. That was the way that it came across to me. That's just my personal opinion.
My client, Vaughn, you made the comment that the violators would win because the big men would get eliminated and there was nobody to watch his back.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. I did say that, yes.
I think we've lost Vachon again. All right.
Hell?
Vachon, if you can hear us, we're going to have to try to do this another time. We've got some other things to get to tonight. Much apologies on the technical difficulties. That's just kind of been the theme of the night, is technical difficulties.
Go figure. I mean, would you expect anything else?
I still blame Tank. Sorry.
It's April Fool's like 3.5 hours early.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I was like, what time is it? And then I realized that you're right.
Dumbass.
Ma, I don't even know what day it is.
All right. But anyway, yeah, I believe the website still needs some updating to be done to reflect some of our upcoming events. So,
yeah.
Sorry that it took so long. I do believe it does reflect you as the proper U.S. champion now. Is that correct?
On what, I guess, like on the main screenshot page or whatever it
on
is.
The Facebook page.
Yeah.
But not on the website itself.
Well, yeah, the title history still needs updating, but you know.
Okay.
Dude, just do us a favor and just fire WAPO, will you? Because here's the thing. I still have a thing against WAPO for booking me in freaking Mexican hat dance matches,
Totally thought he said he was going to
foo-foo confetti gun matches, whatever else he wanted to book me in. And the man did not take me seriously. And it
Totally.
took every ounce of me from not slugging a guy right in his face.
You almost did, to be fair.
I had to work with him.
Now wait a second. Are you saying WAPO had that much authority as the assistant CEO?
No, it's to the
Assistant
to the CEO for one.
So it wasn't WAPO arranging those matches that Ruby wanted to punch.
It
Well,
was definitely B. Halbert.
No, WAPO was doing stuff without me knowing, and then he would spring it on all of us at the same time. He'd be like, "Hey, here we go. I've got the match, and this is what's going to happen," and blah blah blah.
But if he was the assistant to the CEO, as you so kindly stated, wouldn't you have been able to override it? But you didn't.
So I think Ruby. I think what we're saying here is you need to punch Halbert in the face.
Please,
absolutely not.
You know what? I'll retract every statement and I'll pay
what?
you, Ruby. I'll pay you double what anyone pays you to punch Halbert in the mouth.
Rick Ruby and I have a nice business understanding. He's been on my side several times. He was in a combat games match that was won fraudulently. Yeah, it's when you got hit right in the junk in the middle of that match. So no, I would never book anyone of his caliber in stupid matches like that.
And I'm almost on the record to say that I think WAPO made changes on the fly without authorization, which kind of put his job in jeopardy, I would think. But
He was fired for a while, but we needed an intern, and
it was nice to fire him. And yeah,
why don't you hire WAPO to wax and mop your floors and see how clean those floors are the next day? Then you'll kind of make your determination. I mean,
yeah, but see, he just works for the sake of being employed, so he can keep
his green card.
Yeah,
Lord. All right.
Wow. Clicking on stuff. Anyway,
what are you doing, Albert?
Well, my mouse went to sleep, and I wanted to see what that comment was. And when I clicked it, I clicked on a different tab because I didn't know where the hell my mouse was. So why don't you shut up?
Learn to operate a computer.
Learn to put your teeth in before we go live. How about that?
Dale Brown, rough cut. Congrats on your title now. With adding WPA to your team to protect your titles would just fall into your lap. WPA is the Winchester Protection Agency. Which he needs to be careful with, because if he were to flip that,
if he was dyslexic,
no WAP here.
So hold on. What I find funny about this comment, this goes back to my previous statement. Add them to your team to protect your title. All I'm saying is it's right there. Even Dale points it out. Nobody says anything to him.
Okay, so what was the excuse for Silver Mountain Mafia? What was the excuse for PYT? I mean, come on.
I can give you the excuse.
Okay,
I can give you the excuse.
Are you saying that I'm not at liberty to build on my on the Lime Time Express? Am I just running the locomotive by myself? No, other people want to get up. You see, you're pissing me off. You're making me hit my microphone out of my freaking stand. Other people can join the Express as much as they want, man. As long as they believe in the Lima Black attack, and I am the shiznit in this business, then they can get on board. And I don't care if they're bandwagoning or not. As long as they're making me successful inside the ring, Tank, what the hell matters?
I'm just calling it like I see
it.
I'm just calling it like I see it, sir.
Piss me off on a Wednesday. How dare you?
You know what? Let's be fair to Mr. Ruby here. The man deserves an entourage. You know, ladies and gentlemen, you are talking to a verified Hall of Famer.
And I will give him his due. He is fantastic. I have shared the ring with him. I've been hit by him. He hurts.
Not hard enough.
He is fantastic, but I will still call it like I see it. When you lay it out there as it has been laid out there, you cannot get angry at the facts.
Were you talking to me? I'm sorry. I was waiting for you to make sense. Sorry.
I quit listening partway through because I'm in this Tank.
Anyway, I wanted to bring that up, though, because I did want to congratulate you on another aspect, and that is your induction into the Midwest Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Can we get a little applause there?
Shut up, Tank. Ooh, they came in hot that time. And stop. There you go.
He
Yeah.
pulled the stake back.
Anyway, Ruby, a lot of us feel like it was long time well deserved. We can't wait for the induction ceremony, so you get your ring. But take us back a little bit. It's been a long career. How long has your career been?
Let's just say that next month will mark the 25th anniversary where I actually got into the business. And so it's been so April 1996 is where I first got in. I first started doing my training. I was being trained by Frankie D, Johnny Jett, some other guys from Broadway would come down, possibly Ron Powers a time or two, if I can remember correctly. But I know it's mainly drill instructor for sure was coming down and helping out. So. And then, of course, Johnny D, like I said, Frankie D, Johnny Jett, drill instructor. Basically, those four guys, they were throwing barn burner matches in Central States Wrestling Alliance back in those days, too. Man, if one of them didn't come out bleeding like a stuffed pig, then they didn't have a good match. I'm telling you, it was old school back in those days. The late 90s was still old school where people threw down, and they threw down. And I'm telling you.
What brought you to wrestling?
Well, what brought me to wrestling was, I will say that I started watching when I was a little over 8 years old. I happened to come just at that point, just late January, where the whole news around the world of Hulkamania being born, when I saw the match again with Hogan and the Sheik. So that got me hooked. And then it got me hooked on watching other WWF programming. Also trying to catch on with World Class. Too bad, Wrestling at the Chase was just off the air at that time. So I didn't really get a chance to watch much of that. But wrestling just brought me in because it gave me an outlet, because I just needed something for like a focus. And I was mainly for sports and everything else. But wrestling it was just a different type of avenue where it fit in something where you can back yourself up, support yourself, talk your game, and mainly focus making yourself the responsible one for your success instead of like a team sport. So that's why I chose wrestling, and that's why I chose to get in the ring when I was able to after school was done. She's always been my love since I was a kid.
Awesome. What was the early days of training like in wrestling?
Well, training days were at a place called, it was in a building next to a bar that's called Big Texas. And I'm sure you probably have heard the legend of Big Texas, where I am actually literally about a 3-minute drive away from where it's located now. But there was a building that was off to the side that had the ring up, because it was great, because we were actually on Monday nights, so we were running on the same nights as Raw and Nitro, and we were still getting people into the bar wanting to watch our wrestling. But in all fairness, what the bar did is they also put on Raw and Nitro there too, and they also ran specials, so that probably kind of helped worked within everything. But what we did is that we the ring was put up that day. Whoever could get down there to help put up the ring, set it up, get down there and train, have a show that night. When the show was over, the ring was going down and going back over in the building and being put up before we left, so we can continue on training throughout the rest of the day. So we didn't train on Mondays, but when we put the ring back up, it was like Tuesday through Sunday. You can get in there whenever you can and get met up. And I was getting in there like 3 times a week at best. And training actually went pretty fast for me, because I actually started bumping while I was in high school on a 2-inch thick foam polyurethane mat that I just laid in the grass, and I was bumping on that.
Oh.
So I was tough. I was playing football. I was wrestling. I had a very strong competitive sports. I was weightlifting in high school. So I was pretty much geared for it whenever training came around.
Do you remember the first match?
Yes, absolutely. It was on August 15th of 96. I was involved in a 6-man tag with JD Hall and Marcus Mansfield on my side, facing back then was the Panther, which is now today the Bomb Brian James, Disco Joe, and the Beast. It was in Jennings, Missouri, at a place called, that's no longer there, but it was called the Ambassador. And we were the jerker. And let me tell you, nerves were out the roof. They were out the roof. But I'll tell you what, it was the most memorable match because it went just the right time it did. And of course, with me being the newbie, I got pretty much squashed. And that was in the old rock and roll Rick Ruby days. And I'm sure someone in this chat would probably would look at that as well. And but yeah, I pretty much it was a great feeling. I mean, I got my ass kicked even after the bell, and I still got back, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I was glad it was over. But I remember, so it was the night where Coco Beware was booked, and also the late Sweet Sapphire was there. And
Oh, wow.
and of course, a month later, Juanita Wright or Sweet Sapphire passed away. So it was kind of definitely a memorable night that I'll never forget. My first match, my first official match. I was in a couple Rumbles before that, just kind of get my feet wet. But that was my first official match, and definitely I'll hold it near and dear to me for sure.
That's awesome. Fast
You know-
forward. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I remember, my memory's a little foggy throughout the course of the last, 20 years or so. But I was reading a book that local wrestler, I don't know if we can really say who, can we name drop?
You can. Why
Okay.
not?
All right. I guess I know him as the drill instructor, Dennis
Attila
McCaws. Yep. I was reading his book a couple weeks ago or whatever, and I had forgotten, Ruby, that you actually wrestled at my high school for a couple of shows there that I was there, because back in high school, I was like that wrestling guy. Everyone knew that I was the wrestling guy. Totally forgot you were on the card for a couple of shows I saw there. And then someone sent me a picture, and I think I remember why I didn't recognize who you were until
He is so getting fired. He is so
rock,
getting
rock and
fired.
roll Rick Ruby.
He is so getting fired. Oh my God.
What? Wow.
first
Okay.
off,
Go
that is
ahead.
a glorious mullet.
That is, yeah. That is spectacular.
I think, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send this to whoever posts stuff on our Facebook page as well, just because I know that sometimes the visual doesn't come across on camera. So I'll make sure it's posted to our Facebook page so everyone can see the picture up close and
We
personal.
told you by the end of the show you were going to want to punch him in the face, right?
Oh my God. No,
So
I know
anyway.
where they came from, and I'm going to get to the source first. before I get to the second degree.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure Wapo gets a copy of that. So anyway, no, I remember now. I remember seeing you, and I want to tell you that first off, I got to reiterate again, glorious mullet, and then second off, you were just as mean then as you are now. So like maybe meaner at this point. So age really hasn't affected you a whole lot as far as your in-ring ability and really how you don't like people.
Well, the thing is that I've got to find my best game to be anywhere at a competitive level inside the ring. If it means if I got to get mean and nasty, and if people don't like it, well, then people don't like it. They don't like it, then go fly a kite with a key on it for all I care in a freaking storm. But the only thing that I know is that, yeah, I mean, you have to be intense. You have to have intensity there, where you could channel it out where people cheer for you and you're like, yay, and then you're throwing like a rave party, or you just, act like you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and just, wee on everything, that people throw at you. So people, I mean, sometimes you just got to have your game on. And if you don't have your game on and you don't know where to find your game, then why are you in this business? So that's why you have to keep your intensity up. No matter if you want to stay in this game, you have to keep intensity up. and make sure that you're on a competitive level. So that's the way it went. And so now I guess you know what it's like. Now you can visually see how I'm scarred. When I was booked to look like Ricky Morton's stepchild. So,
you know, I couldn't put my finger on it at first, and then it clicked. I'm like, that would be the illegitimate child of yeah. So that was glorious. Let me tell you.
You know, I don't know if
I can't reveal my source. I'm sorry, I just can't.
You don't
okay.
need
he could beat it out of you later.
you don't need to. Trust me, you don't. Because I already know.
I got a Rick Ruby story. You know, I've done a lot of different things in the business, and working security was one of them. And go back to the early 2000s, and I'm working security for a company called Midwest Powerhouse Wrestling. And still pretty new at everything, don't really know who anybody is and what's going on. And the person that's in charge of the company at the time, I'm standing there working security, and he brings me over and he points to this guy sitting in the stands. He goes, "You see that guy up there?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "He used to wrestle with us, and I know he's here to cause trouble. I want you to keep an eye on him the whole show." So I sat there mean mugging Rick Ruby the entire night while he doesn't notice one bit as he's enjoying the show. Apparently it was just a way to get over on the new kid.
Rib a rookie in this business? No.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think that was a Pacific too, and
That was
backyard at the time. And yeah, well, yeah, I was just kind of looking over some things. So yeah, I was just doing my little scouting, and I wasn't here to cause trouble, but I just wanted to see how the business was doing. So eventually I came back. So
that's true. That
Yeah.
is true.
So did you get rid of the mullet by choice, or did you just start thinning out?
Well, the color got kind of expensive, and when I found out that there wasn't much money here in this business, unless if you're going to get somewhere else booked, then you either find a way to keep it up, keep it going yourself, or just drop it. And I just dropped it, and like I said, and then when I tried to neutralize it, it was funny. I don't know, was it? No, it was when I first tried to dye it myself. It actually turned like kind of a lighter shade of orange. So thank God there's no pictures of that around.
Damn.
I would pay for that.
If you
That would
have
be
a
amazing.
picture of Ruby with his orange hair, please send it to me immediately.
Oh my gosh.
No, but I just when I dropped the gimmick, I mean, an interesting story about dropping the gimmick. I did it without any intention or anything else. I was kind of discussed about what I wanted to do because I got tired of the rock and roll gimmick. It was really getting me over, so I came out, and actually I told Moose Miller was the announcer at the time. Like, Moose, give me the mic before because I was facing. I don't know if I think I was facing Brian James that night. I think whoever it was. So I got on the mic and I did a cold cut promo. Cold cut. That is not
Cold cut.
don't get tank hungry. Sorry, but I did an impromptu promo.
I like that cold cut. I like that term.
Yeah,
We're using that from now on.
Yeah, no, that's how that goes.
Go
It-
cut
it-
a cold cut promo.
Time to do the cold cuts.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my god! But no, I came out and I wore like a different shirt and I just was in black singlet and I basically told him like, yeah, I basically did a shoot and I was like, I'm tired of this crap. So when I took that rock and roll shirt and I tossed it in the freaking crowd, I'm like, now let's go get on with my match, So that was some news for Frank Reed that he had to swallow really quick during the live show. So, but.
Not one of
That was
those that was approved ahead of time. Better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Yeah, right. Kid in his early 20s. Who would have thought, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, they're the best wrestlers around, right?
Yeah.
Where does the rough cut come from?
Well, the rough cut is basically I kind of saw it as what you see is what you get. I'm not lean and built like these guys, and I'm still strong and agile. So I'm not going to be tough like everybody else, and I'm pretty much, I'm pretty determined to do whatever I can inside the ring. I'm vicious, I'm mean, I'm powerful. I will throw you down without thinking about it. So I'm rough cut. I'm coming at you pretty strong. You can't handle it, and then it's either you take the fall or you get out of the kitchen, man.
So I got one question for you, Mr. Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Rough Cut Rick Ruby, the Lime Time Express, the colors are lime green and black. All your accomplishments, all your championships, and all your years in this business. Has anybody explained how a green screen works?
Apparently not. In February, no, they did not tell me how it works. In fact, they were taking pictures down at Broadway too. And like, oh man, they put in there's a green screen. So now I know that people can see right through me now. So.
You look like a floating torso.
Right.
I just want to tell you that I think our WPW logo was right on your crotch.
Oh my god!
Oh, it was even better with the lime glasses, so you could actually see through his head.
Yes. We did the best we could to edit that when we did the TV taping. But however, go find that interview. It's a great interview for one, but for two, it's hilarious because none of us even thought, hey, maybe we shouldn't have the lime green guy standing in front of the bright green screen. Didn't even think about it.
No.
And you're the only guy that wears that color too. We didn't have to worry about anyone else.
Which is great because it makes them stand out.
Oh, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but
when using a green screen,
yeah, you got to be a little more
presents its own difficulties.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's hilarious! I forgot all about that. So anyway,
Mr. Ruby, we'd like to thank you very much for joining us tonight. Want to congratulate you again on your title win and on your Hall of Fame induction. But we do have some people who help pay for the show, and we got to go over some of those. So, Mr. Halbert, if you'd like to take that away.
Got to get the build up here. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Hey, people help pay for this show, and here they are right now. Fellas, Easter's coming up. Hey, why don't you get your wife something that she actually likes? Don't get her a vacuum cleaner. Don't get her a weight loss video. I'll tell you what, why don't you get her some nice jewelry? Any woman likes jewelry. So we have the Duke and Duchess of Bling, $5 paparazzi jewelry. They've got earrings, bracelets, necklaces, rings, all kinds of good stuff. Hey, do you want to pop the question to your girlfriend, make her your fiance, put a ring on it? You know what? You don't have a whole lot of money. This would work too. So hit us up if you're interested in getting some paparazzi jewelry, and I'm sure they will love it if you gave them your business. Hey, if you did pop the question and you want to take a picture of that ring and her nails are funky, hey, we got a fix for that. Cindy's Glamorous Nails, Color Street Nails. Their nails, the nail polish strips, they're great because you don't have to smell nail polish all over your house, and you don't have to worry about her spilling the giant bottle of nail polish or nail polish remover everywhere, and then you got to smell it for weeks and weeks and weeks. So, and apparently it works on their toes too. I don't know. I don't really pay any attention to that, but apparently it does. So there you go. Good price on that, I guess. I don't know. I don't buy that stuff. So, but anyway, Cindy's Glamorous Nails, Color Street. Hit them up. Hit her up. And then, hey, if your wife or girlfriend did go ahead and spill that nail polish remover all over the floor, we have a fix for that. Sarah Lopez and her Scentsy sales. That's right. Wax warmers, the wax cubes, the warming devices themselves, and it doesn't have to be girly either. They've got Star Wars themed ones. They've got MLB themed ones, NHL themed one. There was a Blues one, a Cardinals one, and all kinds of scents. I mean, if you want something that smells like baked bread, I'm sure they probably have it. If you want something that smells like Tank after he does yard work, they don't have that, but they got something that can cover that nasty smell up, let me tell you. So there you go. If you're interested in any of our sponsors there, hit us up. I know you can't really tell on here, but hit us up. We'll put you in contact with them. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. We will try to do this again next week. For Shane Jones and Sherman Tank, I'm the one, the only Jason Halbert signing off saying we will see you next week.